Ashe, Ashe, Ashe and Grand Rising, a grand day to you all once again, my fellow humans. And welcome to this, the fifth in the series of another perspective on healthy living with your senior lifestyle advisor plus, yes, I, the mystic philosopher. Now, before I share with you, as I have promised at the end of episode 4, some of what I think are the symptoms and consequences of a bad-minded person or bad-minded people, and give you some more insights on how to identify bad-minded people, as I have defined and described them earlier, and also how you may avoid most of them in as much as it might be humanly possible, and also why you should and why we should do all that is in our powers to avoid them. Please let me quickly share with you another perspective on what I perceive our human mind to be by using a piece of land as the analogy. In this way, you might be able to visualize what I am talking about. From my perspective, the individual human mind may be compared to an extremely fertile spot of ground. Now, every kind of seeds that enter into that fertile spot of ground will, and I ask that you please note, not may, but they will germinate. They will take root. They will grow. And if they are allowed enough time, they will mature into the trees or the plants or whatever that are naturally or unnaturally programmed and embedded in their core, embedded in their DNA. And they will bear and bring forth fruits according to their kind, according to their programming. And not only will they bring forth fruits, remember this is now fertile space, fertile spot of ground. They will do so, they will bring forth fruits in abundance. Now, it does not matter if the seeds that enter into this fertile plot of land are good or if the seeds are bad. It doesn't matter if they are beneficial or poisonous to the owner of that land or the owner of the land, or if they're good or poisonous to the land itself. It does not matter if the seeds are parasitic in nature and that it will choke and kill all other plants, even plants that were there before it, good or bad, or good plants. It doesn't matter if the seeds are GMO, genetically modified seeds. It doesn't matter if they will suffocate and kill all the other good and productive seeds that may be in that fertile land. Meaning, it doesn't matter if the seeds have the characteristics of an invasive species. The fact is that the seeds, once enter into that plot of fertile land, that plot of fertile ground, they will immediately start to germinate, to take root, and to grow to become what they are at their core. It is therefore the responsibility of the owner, the farmer or the caretaker of that extremely fertile piece of land, that extremely fertile spot of ground, to attentively, delicately, and meticulously tend to it. And if or when or where necessary, it is their responsibility to do what? to rigorously and militantly guard it, it is his or her responsibility to determine the kind of seeds that enter that land and that will remain there long enough for them to germinate, take root, grow, and bring forth fruits according to their kind and in abundance. And our individual mind, from my perspective, is exactly like that. Or at the very least, we may all agree, or we can all agree, that it fits that analogy perfectly. Our individual mind is an extremely fertile metaphysical space in which any and every seeds in the form of inklings, notions, ideas, thoughts enter, germinate, take root, grow, and flourish to bring forth after their kind and in abundance. And for your information, this is something I have to interject here. And for your information, my dear listeners, my people, the most pure, unadulterated, uncorrupted, fertile mind, or if you prefer, the most pure, unadulterated, uncorrupted, fertile, metaphysical space and spaces that I, the mystic philosopher, can think of is the mind of a child, and by extension, the minds of our children. And that is why the chronically bad-minded people, also known as the chronically evil-minded people, the chronically wicked, unnatural-minded people, unhealthy people, sick people, perverts, perverted people, unethical people, sinful people, demon-possessed and demon-controlled people, the unconscionable people, the illogical people, the immoral people, you name it or you name them. That is why they will seek and use, and that is why they are seeking and using every opportunity and every technology available to do what? To sow evil seeds in the minds of a child, and by extension to sow their evil seeds in the minds of our what? Children. My dear beloved people, the only responsibility and the only thing that our ancestors, our source and Mother Nature requires of us, and we are responsible for, is to protect not only our minds, but the minds of our children. You see, these wicked and adultery and wicked and abominable people, they know and know of a fact that if or when the seeds of corruption and the evil, the seeds of corruption and evil that they have sown, and the seeds of corruption and evil that they are sowing is allowed to germinate, to take root, grow and flourish, they know that they will bring forth after their kind and in abundance. And they also know that when the child, and by extension the children, grow old, they will not depart, and they cannot depart from the evils that were and that are sown in their pure and innocent minds, thereby corrupting them. But believe me, I will have much more to say on this very important point later. So please stay tuned, because if we can't protect the minds and protect our children, even if ours get corrupt, and we know and we can't help it, if we can't protect the minds of our innocent children, that Mother Nature, that our source and ancestors grant us the privilege to protect and pass on so that we can have life eternally, then we are not worth living. No. Now, from my mystic philosopher's perspective, all wars, all conflicts throughout history and even to this present day were and are fought over what? Fertile lands and fertile spaces. Resourceful land and resourceful spaces. All wars are fought over them. Wars are very seldom, if at all, fought over barren and infertile lands. And thus, at a much deeper level, those of us that are in the know, we do know, understand, and understand that the real battle, the real war that we are actually fighting for our health, for our overall health, and for our liberty, for our happiness, for our posterity, and the survival as the earth's natural native humans is not purely physical. That's just a physical war, or just a racial war, or whatever war. But it is mental. We know that it is spiritual. We know that it is metaphysical. We know that it is ideological. Simply put, the real battle is for our human minds, individually and collectively. And we are slaves to those who we allow to conquer, to capture, to control, and sow their seed of evil in our minds. Or we will be slaves to those who we allow to conquer, capture, control, and sow seeds of evil in our minds. Or we are slaves to that which conquers, captures, controls, and sow seeds of evil in our mind. And what is that? Things such as the demons that are being invoked by the powers that currently is that thing called artificial intelligence, AI. But stay tuned, I, the Mystic Philosopher, will have much more to say on these points later. If not in this series, stay tuned elsewhere. And from my perspective, the reason why there are so many diseases, so many illnesses, pandemics, epidemics, unhealthiness, you name it or you name them, in all forms among us, the earth's natural native humans, we the earth's organic humans today, it is because our minds are being conquered, captured, and controlled by a bunch of humankind that are themselves mentally corrupt, that are themselves mentally and morally diseased, mentally ill and mentally unstable. Simply put, our minds and by extension the entire world today are conquered, captured, and controlled by a bunch of lunatics. And I am speaking to you as I am speaking to you right at this very moment. The evidence is showing that our lives, our health, and the health and destiny of our entire natural native earthly human race and human family are in the hands of a bunch of lunatics and psychopaths. Right as I am speaking and recording this video, our physical lives are in the hands, and our physical survival are in the hands of a bunch of lunatics and psychopaths. It's teetering on the edge of total annihilation. But my people, I have again run out of time for this segment, and I will continue proving this and other points in episode 6 and beyond. So please join me then. Stay tuned and join me then. In the meantime, I ask that if at all you can, that you please support this series of short presentations titled Another Perspective on Healthy Living by simply purchasing your daily supply of lignans from the Norwegian spruce tree, aka Fountain of Life, from yours truly, I, the Mystic Philosopher, by clicking the links provided in the description below this video. You may also purchase a digital copy of the song that you are hearing playing in the background. In fact, the instrumental playing in the background, it's called Have You Heard of Fountain of Life? You can do that by just clicking on the link also provided below, the link of the same name. Now, your kind support, my dear beloved people, will be greatly appreciated. In the meantime and between time, in your becoming, I will that you be more and more, and not less, aka bless. For I am the mystic philosopher. Ashe, 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 I say.